Hey everybody, and welcome back to my playthrough of Up All Night. So, a little bit of a development here. So Grayson and Felix apparently know each other, I guess like in passing. Grayson just told her story, and now the spotlight's on us to decide whether or not she's telling the truth or the story seems odd. I am going to say that she's telling the truth. Yes, I believe you. Something weird is going on here, but I think she told me everything she knows. Grayson just told us what she did that night. What did you do? Me? I already told you what I did. I think you owe us a little more detail than I walked around and looked and stuff. That was insolent. Grayson must be rubbing off on you. So, what did you do last night? Yeah, what the hell have you been up to, Felix? I saw you slinking around. Very well. I went to look around the property, as I do quite often. He stood rigidly, his voice clipped and sour as if this entire thing were a massive waste of his time. I first went to visit Mr. Nash to see if there was anything that needed to be attended to. I thought better of it when I heard his hysterical daughter railing on about wanting to murder him because she couldn't go on a trip. That's not what? Do you want to know what I was up to or not? Grayson mumbled something under her breath but didn't continue to argue. I then decided to check on the patrons staying here, but before I visited any of them, I ran into Grayson again, this time sitting in front of a vacant cabin pouting. Actually, it was this cabin, come to think of it. What? Grayson was at this cabin last night? Makes sense. Oh, you're right. I guess it was this one. But I must have left before anything happened. There was no car here. Well, I can't speak to anything that happened after I left. But Miss Nash is correct. There was no car here when I came across her. I continued my rounds, or rather I intended to, but ended up waylaid at my first visit. A gentleman staying down the road by the name of Mr. Booker invited me in to talk, which was when the snowstorm hit. He was complaining about bears getting in his garbage. I got stuck there for the duration of the storm. Once it cleared up, instead of heading home right away, I decided to make one more stop. There was a new guest here, and I wished to welcome them. That would be you, Nick. Yeah, you did come to see me. Oh, and one more thing. I ran into Mr. Nash while he was out looking for his daughter. Why didn't he say anything earlier? You ran into my daddy? Then it was you. You killed him. Oh, please. If I had, would I be telling you about this now? No, he was looking for you, and I told him where to find you. Here, at this cabin. He also mentioned something about his wife. I believe he made a call to her about your disappearance before the lines went down. You didn't go with him? Why would I? I want no part in family drama, particularly if it isn't my own. Don't you find it suspicious both of them go to where Miss Nash was that night and turn up dead in the morning? I know I do. That's only 'cause you're telling lies. Your word ain't worth nothing, and that's all we've got to go on right now. We have to take you at your word as well, Why should I believe that you left here before this massacre happened? He twisted his lips into a grimace and gestured to the gore-strewn floor. Perhaps you did leave before your mother came back. At least at first. Somebody had to hang that body up. But I know for certain you must have returned. There's a dead woman in here to prove it. How'd you know about my daddy hanging? See, Nick? He must have killed him. I told him. He was helping me while you were... Damn it, Nick! Why'd you go gallivanting off with this snake? He's always been real mean to me. I don't know why I didn't think of it right when I saw my daddy. He killed him. I know it. I just know it. What about the other guests? Mr. Booker, you said? Felix, is there anyone else up here? Felix shrugged and seemed to dismiss the idea. Nobody is... Dang, he's just going straight. Nobody is as suspicious as Miss Nash. Miss Lee is here with her 3-year-old son, so I find it hard to believe she decided to go on a late-night murder spree. Mr. Booker is younger and staying here alone, but he is... not in the best of shape, to put it mildly. Honestly, I thought that he was dead. Honestly, I thought he was the dead man when you first told me you found a corpse. Finally, there are Mr. and Mrs. Lloyd, a retired couple who drove in from town to go on walks. They became trapped up here because of the storm. I find it a bit ludicrous to suggest some retirees slaughtered a woman with a shotgun and hung a corpse from a tree, don't you? You thought one of them could have done it earlier tonight? Out of an abundance of caution, Nick. This was also before we found Mrs. Nash butchered in a cabin her daughter was sitting in front of earlier in the night. Someone is definitely responsible for this, and there are so many things that don't add up. Shoot, oh no. Oh no. Because in my humble opinion, I don't think either one of them have really that much of a reason to lie, unless like Grayson's hiding something. Yeah, you did mention an intent to kill, though. You did. Trying to think, was there any contradictory statements anywhere? Let's see. I can't look at it. Dang it. Can I? Yeah, history. Nothing really jumps out at me, not instantly. I'm gonna side with Felix only because his stuff seems to add up more, and I kind of feel like Grayson's not telling us something. Felix. Grayson, just admit it. You did this.
What? No, Nick. I'd never. My mom was lying dead on the floor and you're telling me I knew it when I was walking into the woods with you?
You were at this cabin and you were mad at your parents. You told me yourself. Your dad didn't understand you. You told me that. And then I find out you told him you wanted him dead.
Nick, that was just mad talk. I never killed my daddy. Never.
She's dangerous, Nick. Maybe we should just shoot her now. I don't know about that. I clutched the gun in my hands more tightly, but didn't raise it. I don't think we need to do that, Felix.
I didn't kill nobody. He did, Nick. And he's gonna get you next. I'm gonna help you.
How? She rushed at me and grabbed the shot. Oh, dang. No, she's gonna try to kill Felix. Nick, she wants to kill me, see? She's a cold-blooded murderer. Shoot her. Grayson rushed over and grabbed the gun again, successfully this time. Oh!
Nick, you shot... Why?
Her blood coated me in fine mist. She toppled to the floor, shotgun pellets sizzling in her flesh. Oh, damn. Grayson! No! I tried to yell, but instead I stood there silently looking down at her dying on the floor. My expression was cold and lax. She stared up at me, chest heaving, the rattling of her breath growing more and more shallow, until with one final gasp she stopped moving. I was worried you wouldn't do that for a moment. Good boy, listening to instructions. He walked his fingers along my shoulder, then wiped away a splatter of blood from my cheek. Why can't I move? And I shot Grayson? I can feel you thrashing around in there, Nick. You have to let go for this to last. Why would I do that? Grayson is... I have to kill this guy. Grayson is dead, Nick. It's only us now. No! He's done something to me. I can't... Yes. Now we can finally be alone. The words fell from my mouth with nothing but apathy, even as the pool under Grayson's body spread around the soles of my shoes. Damn! Time to go, Nick. No. My jaw felt like it was going to break, spitting out that one word, but I had done it. I'm going to tell you once, Nick. Pick me. Fall into my voice. Drown in it. You do that, and you'll never have to feel anything but contentment. Abandon your regret. Maybe one day I'll even let you out again, just as my master allowed me.
This motherfucker's a rap. He's a vampire.
He bit into my neck and I felt a wave of warmth pass through me. Oh yeah, resist him.
No! If I just push...
I took a stumbling step away from Felix. Defiant until the end, I see. Well, you leave me no choice. Come! He grabbed me by the front of my jacket and pulled me outside. I let my feet hang limp, and they smeared a trail of Grayson's blood across the already destroyed cabin. Oh my God! He stared at me, his skin shifting from porcelain pale to the gray blue of a long-dead corpse. The red glow of his eyes ate deep into my mind. Give in, Nick. You're already mine. Don't make me hurt you. I stood there, staring blankly back at him. When he reached out to touch my face, I pulled my head back to avoid him. The muscles in my neck creaked as they fought to remain in place. You've brought this on yourself. Come. I followed him, falling into the snow and tripping over my own feet as I tried to resist the need to stay by his side. Where are we? No, my cabin. Can I come in, Nick? No! Yes. Felix walked me back into the cabin where he sat me down on the couch. He bit into my neck on the opposite side and drank in more blood. I found myself leaning into him, eyes half lidded, my breathing shallow. No, he's... I can't stop him. I have to try to fight. I jerked away and woodenly fell to the floor. I can hardly move unless he wants me to. Sit back up. There's about to be a show just for you, unless you want to give in now. It will save us all some needless suffering and unpleasantness. I sat rigidly on the floor, willing my joints to stay frozen. He sniffed indignantly and yanked me up, propping me crookedly on the side of the couch. I heard the sound of tires on snow. Uh-oh. Mom! No! One more chance, Nick. Either way, I'll bring you to heel. How? How can I give him what he wants? I need to save her. Felix stood and walked over to the front door. He casually leaned up against the door frame and shook his head regretfully. Seems like you need a better reason to give up, Nick. Let me give you one. Tell me, what happened at the accident? With the arm. The door opened. I'm back! That snowstorm really... Ah! Felix grabbed my mother's right arm in a vice-like grip and she cried out, struggling to break free. Nick! What's happening? Tell me, Nick, what happened to the arm? Don't tell him. If I tell him... When I tried to pull Bree over, it came off. Oh, that's too bad. Like that, you mother... There was a ripping and a popping sound, and Felix lazily detached my mother's arm from her body. She screamed and would have fallen to the floor if Felix hadn't grabbed the back of her jacket and propped her up. Show me how you held it. He threw her arm over and I caught it, cradling it in my arms and pressing my face against its bloody stump. It was warm, and I could feel the muscles and nerves still twitching under the skin, confused at their sudden disconnection from their owner. Tears started streaming down my cheeks, but I couldn't speak except in an answer to Felix's questions. I tried to look anywhere but at my mother, but my head wouldn't move. This can't be real. I have to get away. I have to. And Tyler, where was he hurt, Nick? No! Don't do that! I reached up and pointed to my head. My mother had started whimpering. Her eyes were blank with the shock of the loss of her arm. Like this. You're sick, man, dude. I regret my decision heavily. He grabbed her head and smashed it into the corner of the brick fireplace, sending her crumpling to the ground, twitching. The side of her skull was folded in on itself, a deep crease pooling with blood at the point of impact. Show me what you did then, Nick. Your mercy kill. I stood up and took my jacket off. I walked over to her crumpled, gasping form. A line of drool slid from her lips. I can't do this. I need to run. I can't do this again. You can always run, Nick. Don't you see it? I've given you a way out. You don't have to feel this way. In the back of my mind, I felt a numbness radiating out of the source of Felix's influence. If I could just go there, if I could just stay there. I wrapped my jacket around her head and pressed down. She stopped moving, but I no longer cared. It's safe here. I can't feel them anymore. I don't have to do anything but... That's good, Nick. That's good. Come with me and you'll stay safe. But if you leave... For a flash, everything weighed down on me at once and I screamed. Tyler, Bree, Grayson, my mom. I felt them all die by my hands all at once. The misshapen lump of my mother's head twitched one last time. No! No! Let me go back! I need to go back! You didn't say the magic word. Please! Please, I'll do anything! Just let me go back! I can't do this! I tried to shove myself into that dark space I had been in only moments before, but it was gone. Felix spread his arms out wide. Come here. Come to me, and I'll let you go back there. Shaking and dizzy, I stumbled toward him. I clutched desperately at his vest, and he set his bloody hand down gently on top of my head, stroking my hair. Look at me. I looked up and gazed deep into his glowing eyes. I felt that cavern of numbness open back up inside of me. See? Look. It's right here. I whimpered and curled back into the freezing apathy that Felix offered. I'll do anything. For anything. But the thought had disappeared. There was no more need to wonder about anything at all. Felix would do it for me. All I had to do was listen. Ah, that's the bad end. Wow. How I Met Your Mother. Okay, so at the bad ending, we're only like 22 minutes in, so let's see if we can get back to that point and switch up our choices there. What if I say it sounds odd? I can't, Grayson. How could you think your dad just left you after a fight like that? Nick, no. Why? I thought we were friends. The look she gave me. She looks like she wants to kill me. I took a deep, shuddering breath and averted my eyes. I couldn't stand being looked at like that. It was how I imagined Bree and Tyler looked down on me from whatever afterlife they resided in. Look, I don't know if you're exactly lying. Just some stuff is weird, okay? Felix, why don't you tell us what you did that night? Me? I already told you what I did. I think you owe us a little more detail than I walked around and looked at stuff. That was insolent. See, I think I still might get like the bad ending with this. 'Cause I think he's gonna give his testimony. Yes. Skip. Okay, we actually have a different choice here. Something doesn't add up. Let us go here then. I don't think it was either of you, at least not alone. There's just something that doesn't add up. What, pray tell, does not add up about my story?
Yeah, what the heck's wrong with mine?
Look, I need to get some air so I can think. Can we not talk in here with the, yeah, can we just not talk in here? Felix shrugged and Grayson visibly relaxed. It was obvious she was trying not to look over at the mutilated corpse. Okay, so we got a little something going here. After the stale scent of death in the cabin, the outside air was a welcome escape. could see the faint glow of the moon behind the mountains, so everything would be bathed in its light. I was still holding the gun, running my fingers nervously along the stock. I hope I don't need this. Now, would you care to enlighten us, Nick? What brilliant realization have you come to? I wouldn't say it's brilliant, but... Felix, how did you know I'd had an argument with my mom? I heard you on the phone when I came to visit you, Nick. You know that. No, that's not possible because my mom called just as the storm hit. You didn't come by until later, and if you were outside close enough to hear, then why didn't you see what cut the line? I stopped by before the storm, but decided not to bother you during your call. I left before anything happened to your line, and I most certainly visited Mr. Booker. Sure, maybe you did. And maybe you cut the phone line first. Weird. Weird how you thought I might need help so badly that you came to my door again in the middle of the night.
Felix, why'd you go cutting the phone line? And you know what? All them other lines was cut too. My house phone didn't work neither when I tried to call my daddy in town this morning. You do that, Felix?
Don't be daft. How could I? I don't think you were very surprised to learn that Mr. Nash was murdered either. I saw Grayson when she found that body. I believe her. She didn't know it was her dad until that hood came off. I thought you said I didn't do this, yet all I've heard are accusations. There's something else, Grayson. I think you killed your There is something else, Grayson. I think you killed your mother. Sorry about that. My phone was going off.
What? Nick, I
held up my hand to stop her protests. This is gonna sound crazy, but Grayson, I think you're a werewolf.
Nick, why you saying a crazy thing like that to me? That don't make sense.
So, you've suspected too, I turned and glared at Felix. I don't think you suspected anything, Felix. I think you knew already. No werewolf would hang that body up. He was bitten, but none of those bites looked fatal. I think Grayson's dad was still alive when you found him. He told you what attacked him, and then you killed him.
I can't be a werewolf, Nick. That's crazy talk.
Listen, Grayson, you told me you sleepwalk, right? Does it always happen at night? When the moon is full? Like it was last night?
I don't know about a full moon, but of course it's night. Actually, Nick, I don't remember last time I seen a full moon.
That's bad. I nodded. Well, if you turned last night, then we won't have to worry about another month. Well, if you turned last night, then we won't have to worry for another month, right? It's only one night you sleepwalk? She looked alarmed.
No, Nick, it's 3.
My heart jumped into my throat. I looked at the sky. The moon had not yet crested the mountains. And last night was... Grayson's voice shrank down to a whisper.
Last night, it was the 1st.
The girl is right. It's usually 3 nights. The night before, the night of, and the night after the full moon. So you did know. Felix sniffed and stared me dead in the eyes the first time I seen him look like that. A look of deep offense on his face. I know a great many things. For example, I know that Mr. and Mrs. Nash lied to me about their daughter when they accepted this job. You see, I did not find out Grayson was a werewolf, but I did not discover that fact until last night after she transformed. Mr. Nash, so he was alive when you met him. He was, until I found out he was a liar tainted by a werewolf's bite. After that, I might have become a bit upset.
And you killed him? You hung him!
Yes, I did. I may also, removed his leg. I needed bait, and I had to work with the tools available. A fitting in for him, given the problems he caused me. I do apologize for involving you in that drama, Nick. It wasn't my intention. I should have encouraged you to stay in your cabin today. This was my mess to clean up, not yours.
Why would you?
Why wouldn't I? You were wandering around my property looking for someone to eat. Your father told your mother you'd gotten out, and she did the most sensible thing a parent could. She came up here trying to put you out of your misery. A pity she failed, even after I lured you all the way to her with your father's leg as bait. This is getting crazy. I can't even imagine how she felt, having her own daughter rip her to pieces like that. She made a pretty good attempt at killing you. Missed, unfortunately for her. Maybe her heart got in the way after all. Did cause a nice bit of damage to my cabin wall, though. And you just absolutely ruined the floors when you ripped her up. A look of intense anger crossed his face. I still can't believe they had the gall to build an iron cage in the basement of my old family's home. I offered them a place to stay, and they had the audacity to rip it apart. All so they could keep their mutt daughter as a pet. I think it was that confession that made me lose my temper. Lie to me, endanger my guests, drill holes into the walls of my family history. An example had to be made. He deserved nothing but humiliation for the disrespect he showed me.
Nobody deserves to die like that, Felix. Nobody. My mom tried to cage in the basement. I don't remember no cage, but they didn't never want me going down there.
You finally see it, don't you? This whole thing is your fault.
Grayson, you ripped his clothes off after. You're a monster!
Felix grinned, his eyes narrowed to wicked slits, and would you look at that frickin' smile. I know, but so are you, Miss Nash. Nick, too, based on what's rattling around inside that traumatized little skull of his. We're all monsters here. You're just the most pathetic one. A werewolf in denial.
We're all monsters? Is he just a killer, or is he... Felix, what are you? You aren't human either, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm what you might... Yep, called it. I'm what you might call a vampire.
But the morning... I saw you in the morning.
He winced and almost looked embarrassed. It was overcast, nothing bright enough to kill me. I have to admit, though, something about you has made me reckless. I wanted to see you again, enough to risk a bit of a burn.
Me? Why? I'm not...
Special? I think you are. Grayson sees it too. I'm not the only one who has been following you around. Now, if you want to get out of here alive, I'd suggest staying close. The girl here's about to turn. He turned to face Grayson, locking eyes with her. He begged me for help. You know, he was still alive, wanted me to finish you off. Said it was the only way to save you. Your mother thought so too. That's why she brought that gun.
Grayson, you didn't kill your dad, and he lured you to your mom. It isn't your fault. Maybe you're about to change, but I think you can control it.
Oh, I don't know about all that. She really did an excellent job tearing her mother to pieces. And the father? He was most certainly already a dead man who hadn't quite finished with the dying part when I found him. The best case scenario for him was being cursed for the rest of his miserable life. So much for control. I did a mercy kill. And you know all about that sort of thing, don't you, Nick? I could hear Tyler moaning, something closer to an inhuman gurgle than actual words. Bree's arm touched my face as I lay curled around the torn limb.
I didn't mean for anything to happen, but you did this on purpose.
Well, looks like we have two monsters in denial. I'm disappointed in you, Nick. I thought at least you... Strangely, he actually did look confused, as if he had expected me to agree with him.
Why the hell would I side with you?
It's a shame. I thought that maybe... Never mind. If you want to go get yourself killed by siding with the mindless beasts, your choice. If you change your mind once you see the truth, I may still save you. If you ask nicely.
The only one not worth keeping around is you.
She snarled at Felix, fists clenched at her sides.
And if I'm a monster like you say, then I'll be going down with you. You do right by me, Nick, you hear? If I turn into that thing that y'all are saying, you'd best be finishing me off. Grayson, you don't need to... Don't you break my resolve now. I'm done with deciding. He's gotta be stopped, and I'm the gal to do it.
She lunged, taking a swipe at Felix. The clouds parted and she froze, every muscle in her body locking up. The moon hung full and luminous overhead. She looked over at me, and there was a mixture of fear and determination in her face.
So it is true. I can feel it. Nick, Mom's gun. I'll get him, but you do right by me, you hear? You do.
Oh, that was probably harsh. I'm sorry. Her back arched forward and started bulging out, arms twisting and ripping through her clothes. Her flesh tearing and repairing as it tried to keep up with the transformation of the muscle, sinew, and bone underneath. Felix tensed up, body elongating, bat-like ears protruding from his head, claws extending from his fingers. You can try to kill me, you little mongrel, but you'll see I'm so much more than you'll ever be. I have control! But Grayson was past the point of caring about his insults. Her body was growing larger with every passing moment. There was ripping and tearing as her clothes no longer fit her. I scrambled back, still clutching the gun. 2 shells. I had 2 shells. She wants me to shoot her. I don't know if I... A monstrous beast stood where Grayson had been just seconds before. The beast howled, deep and guttural and full of rage. Without even a glance back in my direction, she charged towards Felix. Felix moved like liquid to avoid her, slipping by the first powerful swing of her claws and raking his own talons down her back. A flap of her fur peeled back, exposing flexing muscle and the white bone of the werewolf's shoulder blades. Within a moment, it began to knit back together again. Felix slid to a stop and looked back. I saw his glowing eyes widen in the shock of the repairing injury. Damn you! I can deal with this. I just have to be quicker. He flew to the left and the right, dodging each slow, vengeful swing from the werewolf. He used his razor talons like needles, poking and piercing when he couldn't find a wide enough opening to fully slice. The snow was turning into red froth under Grayson's feet as it became saturated with her blood. One of her swipes tore across his front and dark blood oozed from the wound. He hissed like a feral cat. "You'll see! You are nothing! A nasty little mutt!" He went in for a final blow that looked like it would have taken her head off. I turned away, afraid to see him succeed. Crunch. Jaws? Then Grayson, I looked back and Felix's head was clutched in her mouth. Felix had taken a chunk out of the side of her neck, but had not severed her head. He went all in and lost. There was a creaking and splintering sound like wood being compressed. Is that his skull being crushed? He tried to kick himself free, rending scratches all across the werewolf's face, but nothing would stop her. He locked eyes with me. He's afraid. He's really afraid. In that moment, he looked like how I had felt the night of the accident. I had the sudden crazy urge to go to him. I wanted to tell him it would be okay, even though I knew it was a lie. Nick! I wish we could have. But what he wished for, I never knew because... Beep. In that moment, his head burst outward in a spray of black ichor that splattered the snow and surrounding trees. His headless body thumped the ground, twitching fingers clawing at the snow. It was as if he were reaching out towards me. The werewolf stumbled and fell to the ground, whining and panting. Her wounds were knitting back together before my eyes. The gun! This is my chance. If I don't do it now... hold on. Or wait a minute. There we go. Save. And then return. Let's do what she says. I took careful aim and walked up behind her. I could see the pulsing of her heart under an exposed rib. The surrounding muscle was already knitting back together. A final gift from Felix. I pulled the trigger. A mournful whimper cut the air and it made my heart break. Grayson, I'm sorry. I had to. The silver buckshot hissed and sizzled, refusing to heal, embedding deep within her beating heart. I turned away, unable to watch my friend die by my own hands. I've killed every friend I've ever had. Tyler, Bree, now Grayson. Nick, you did right by me, just like you promised. I turned around and she was there, small and trembling in the snow. The magic that had transformed her was still struggling to repair the damage I had done. She took a jerking, shuddering breath. I pulled my jacket off and draped it over the gaping hole in her chest. Yeah, I did, Grayson. But what if I could have... I never wanted to hurt anybody, but I did. You did right. And don't you go thinking you didn't. Felix deserved what he got, but he ain't wrong about getting rid of me. I should have had a bullet in my head the minute I got bit. Grayson, no! I know we just met, but I'm glad, okay? I'm glad I met you. It's my fault you're like... Shh. I know you like feeling bad for yourself, but I don't want to talk about that as the last thing. Whatever you want. I'll talk about whatever you want. Okay. Well, what do you think my favorite big city thing would have been? I looked at her for a moment and thought. Hiking, maybe? She gave a low, rattling laugh. Oh, come on. I've been hiking my whole damn life. Ain't a big city thing. Shit. Sorry, that was kinda dumb, huh? It took me a moment to realize I was smiling. How can she make me smile at a time like this?
I want something you can only do in a city.
For her, she's loud, likes adventure, but also likes being around as many people as possible. Well, probably an amusement park. One of the ones with the big coasters. I'm not a fan, but I bet you'd love that.
Would I go with you and your friends?
Yeah, I think Bree and Tyler, you would have been a great part of the crew. Maybe we all could have gotten into the same college and I would have asked Bree out.
Yeah, and we'd stay up all night studying. And we'd all go out getting takeout food and stuff. Maybe I'd buy it for everyone. Then partying on the weekends. Going to what's them places with the flashy lights and the dancing.
Clubs, yep.
Yeah, I'd find me some boy or gal or something. Or maybe you'd... Nah, you'd have your other friend, right? Bree, you said.
Well, I don't know if that was even going to work. I never asked. I would have totally gone on a date with you if I was single. I mean, if you wanted to, and I'd totally be your wingman if I weren't. Aw. I've never been to a club. I bet going with you guys would have been fun. Grayson smiled.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Nick, I can't feel nothing no more. I think it's soon. Listen, that stuff, just 'cause your friends ain't around for it, you still need to do it. You gotta keep going.
I can't just leave everyone behind.
I didn't say nothing like that. I want you thinking of us having the best damn time.
I can't. Her lips had gone blue and she started shaking.
Promise.
Okay, I promise. I promise. Just,
Why does it always have to be this way?
why can't I be the one to go this time? But she didn't answer me. Instead, she lay there silent and cold, the final magic holding her together dispelled as the last of her life ebbed away. The walk back to the cabin felt as if it took no time at all, and also an eternity. Inside, everything was calm. I turned on the lights, packed up all my things, and then lit a fire in the fireplace before sitting on the couch. I did it all slowly, trying to avoid the inevitable time where there was nothing else to do. The moment I sat down, their faces started to creep back in the back of my head. Bree, motionless beneath the car, hand limp and open as I tried to grab her. Tyler groaning into the night, his face a caricature of what it had been in life. Felix, reaching out toward me, and the wish he had that I would never know. Grayson, bloody and smiling even as she slipped away. And a promise that was the last thing she ever heard. I should have saved her. I should have saved all of them. Why can't I just go and join them? Why can't I just leave too? No. Keep it together. I have to try. I have to. Anyway, I'm sure she'll be able to meet them. I think maybe it would be like, it's him. Hey man, it's been a while. You have a good trip?
Aw, why didn't you invite me? I wanted to go on a winter cabin getaway.
You were just too embarrassed to ask. See, look, he's blushing. Seriously though, man, we could have had a party. You meet anyone else cool up there? You know we couldn't have had a party. My mom rented the cabin.
Yeah, but she lets us hang out. It would have been fine. Gotta work hard to play hard, yeah? And I'm in some serious need of some play hard. That last volleyball match really took it out of me. The college team is a lot tougher than the high school was.
Oh, Bree, he's not saying who he met, but it was a girl. You got competition.
Oh no, I hope not. Then I guess I'd have to date You, Tyler. A mere linebacker to Nick's quarterback. What a downgrade. Only teasing, only teasing. We're dating? Yeah, you asked me out at the graduation party 4 months ago. Though I gotta say, you're losing some boyfriend points for not inviting me along for your cabin adventure. You did meet a girl then? You did meet a girl then? Think she hit it off with Tyler? Yeah, I did, and maybe? Let me just introduce you. Guys, this is Grayson. Aw. Hey, y'all, nice to meet you. Oh my god, Nick, I lied. Tyler, you don't stand a chance in hell. Nick, I'm dumping you, and she's gonna be my girlfriend. So awesome. Look at those cute little shorts. You're too much. I'm thinking I like all this hanging out talk. Nick was saying something about a beach, or maybe one of them amusement parks. Something about coasters? Oh yeah, amusement park. We can do that. It's been forever since I've been on any one of those. It's been forever since I've been on any of those big crazy rides. Nick never wants to go. I'll go. Oh wow, he must like you, Grayson. He hates roller coasters. He probably suggested the beach, right? He always likes going to the beach. Oh, what the fuck? Nick is right. The beach is superior in every way to an amusement park. A night bonfire on a beach. I think that would be ideal. Whoa, where does this guy come from? You meet more than just Grayson up there, Nick? Yeah, I did. This is Felix. He's kind of uptight, but he's okay. What Nick means is that I don't care for the frivolity of these roller coasters. Talking by a fire is better. If that makes me uptight, then guilty as charged. Nick, I think you met someone who's more of a stick in the mud than you are. I'm not a stick in the mud, thank you. I don't know, Felix. You know there's more to life. There's more to living than working. Someone has to make sure the cabins are running properly. That's supposed to be my dad's job, you know. Take a break. You own the cabins, Felix? Maybe we can have a party up there sometime. Very well. I think I can make accommodations, but that's not what we're doing today. So which is it? The beach or the amusement park? Hell yeah, winter vacation, here we come. But for today, we're doing the amusement park. Nick's paying too. What? There's no way I'm paying for all of you. I wanted to go to the beach. You're paying for me too. This is the best day ever. New friends and a free day at the park. You're too much. Look, maybe I'll get food, but I'm not buying the tickets. Well, Nick, I think we're outvoted, but no, it's not always a bad thing. You're right, Felix. I guess it's not. Let's go. Yeah, like that. Even him. I think he would have been like that if he wasn't a vampire. We all could have been friends. I heard the sound of tires on snow. A moment later, my mom walked in shivering from the cold. Finally back! Who knew that a few-hour outing would end up being over a day? And the phone's going out? I think I spent the whole time having a heart attack. Hey, Mom. She rushed over to me. Are you okay? Did you have any nightmares? I left you alone for so long. Yeah, I'm fine. You know, I've just been thinking, Mom. I couldn't have saved them, and I wish it was different, but it's not. She wrapped her arms around me. Oh, Nick, you don't have to think about that if you don't want to. No, it's important. What I'm trying to say is, I didn't die. I'm still here. And I owe it to them to keep living, right? Not just thinking about the last time I saw them. Not just dreaming about how they died. I want to think about who they would have been. And I want to live the life we all could have together. For them. I breathed in deeply, and this next part felt like ash in my mouth, but I had to say it. And for myself.
You're amazing for even trying. Baby, you're amazing. I laughed. I could see the full moon hanging bright and heavy in the sky through the window. I'm not amazing, Mom. I'm just the one who's still alive. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to dream about their futures. If I hadn't made it that night, and they had, I would have wanted them to dream about mine. Ah, the end. So that was the true ending? Okay. That was pretty good. I feel like there might be more endings. Here are the credits. Live to fight another day. Like some people I've heard some people say, that's a message right there. That was really good. That was really good. Big shout outs to all the people here that you see on the screen. Thanks for playing. Thank you for making this. This was pretty good. Like I said, I think there might be some other endings. I'm not sure exactly. And I'm only basing that on like what I'd imagine like the trophies or the achievements might be. But with that being said, that will be my playthrough for Up All Night. Next week I'll be back with another horror visual novel. Not sure which one I'm gonna pick. There's a whole bunch for me to pick, but like I said, until next time, I will await your return on Chrysalid's Unorthodox Path.